to you by Jackpot City Casinos. We are here. It's me, the Wrestling Classic, along with RV. We got a very special guest to kick off today's show. Former Electra Lopez, Karissa Rivera. How are you doing today?
Hey guys, I am doing great. How are you guys doing today?
Well,
I'm
not
doing.
bad. Cold out here. Not like out in Florida. They're
You know
probably
what?
sunny and warm.
Today is the coldest day that we've had in Florida all year.
Oh
So
wow.
Define
stay
cold though.
bundled up
What
inside.
what what is the coldest day
Yeah.
there?
Probably not as cold as you guys,
Yeah.
but it's like 50, which isn't freezing, because I'm from Jersey, so I know what like real cold could be. But for down here, it's cold.
Yeah, I remember when I first went to the New Jersey, New York area, I always said that. I'm like, oh, I forgot they're near the water too, but they're also kind of like us where they get the rain and the snow and they get all of it. So yeah,
hmm Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Let's
you
get
get a
started though. Well, first things first, thank you
yeah,
for
of
doing this. We appreciate you having you on.
course.
You're
Yeah. Thank you.
our very first guest to the Bell to Bell show, so that's super
Awesome.
cool. Been looking forward to talk to you. Let's get into your wrestling career. Let's talk about it. First things first, I have
Okay,
to
let's
ask
talk
you,
about it.
one of your very first appearances was being involved in that Lana Lashley wedding back in 2019, where you came out as Lashley's first wife. Tell us about that
Yes,
experience and how
yes.
did that come about? And were you officially signed at that point, or was that extra work?
No, no, that was extra work. I had been doing extra work with the company for some time throughout, like, because I had like two tryouts. So throughout the tryouts, I was still consistently doing extra work with them. And then I had just gotten a call, that they wanted me to do this spot. It wasn't guaranteed that it was going to actually happen. Like, we needed to get in the building, run through it, see what they thought, and then they were going to make the decision from there. But I mean, for an extra to actually have like verbiage online, like on live TV, like that was a big deal, so I think from that really set up my final tryout that ended up getting me hired, which that was a whole there's a whole story behind that whole tryout too, because it was during the pandemic, but we'll get into that later.
Well, don't tell us what happened at that trial. Why was it such a hectic situation in the pandemic?
Well, so I did that spot, the Lashley spot, and that was December 2019, the end of the year.
Yeah.
So come, I get the invitation for the March 2020 tryout. Now it's the middle of March. It's literally the day that
COVID.
everything hit the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
COVID
yeah,
hit the fan. So it was over 50 of us from all over the world. We all got in. We all did like our physicals, like all the introductory stuff. The next day, we were set to start the official first day of the 3-day tryout. We get in. We were my class, like my section, because they had like athletes, then they had wrestlers, and then they had like kind of like a mixed group. So we were supposed to start with promos. So I got in my gear. I was ready to go to do that promo. And they sat us all down and it was like, yeah, you guys can do promos. It's not really gonna mean much. It's just gonna kind of be to waste time while we book all of your flights back home. And I
wow.
was
Shoot.
like, what, because I had already had like I had one official tryout like 2 years prior to that. Um, and then I had like a private kind of thing at the performance center after that. So this, I was really like, okay, if like this has to be it, So I went in like over prepared. And to be told that, especially in a time where it was so much uncertainty, like we didn't, not just the wrestling world, like the whole world as one didn't know like what the next steps were going to be. So
Mhm.
I was like, I don't even know, like when are they even going to have another tryout, like because are they going to wait for a vaccine? Like it was just so much unknown and uncertainty. So that was like a real bummer, because it's like, when you feel like something like it's so close and then it's just like, oh well, wait a second.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
100%. Yeah, let me ask you this then, because based off that, and I'm gonna go a little off script here, RV, so my apologies.
No, no, all
But
good.
you said that they separated you guys between wrestlers and athletes. were you coming in
Mhm.
as a wrestler? Because I did some research in it. I read that your father also wrestled as Steve King as Jose Rivera. He wrestled as Steve King. Is that true? And did you come in as a wrestler?
I came in as a wrestler. Yeah, I mean, I started training with the Wild Samoans. So my dad
Oh wow,
was
yeah,
he started training and into the business when he was about 15 in Puerto Rico.
yes,
He moved here to the States when he was 18. He ended up getting signed with the company when it was WWF. Um, but I was really young when he passed away. So I remember like watching stuff with him, and that's really what kind of sparked my interest in the business. Um, but then he had passed away, but then years down the line, like I was still interested in getting into the business. So my mom was good friends with Afa and Sika because my dad would travel with them on the road. So he connected me with his son, Sam, and Alpha Jr., because it was close by, right there in Down, Pennsylvania, when I was in Jersey. So I went, I started doing like just ring announcing with them. And then they were like, hey, like, do you want to do like ring work? And I was like, hell yeah.
yeah.
So they started training me. They broke me into the business, and it was a wrap.
That's all. That's actually really awesome. And
Yeah.
what a group of people to learn from the Samoan dynasty there with Offa and Sika, even the
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's a cool story. So like
Mhm.
you came in as a wrestler, so you probably like prepped for your promo for that tryout. You probably knew what you were gonna say and word. You,
Oh, I was ready. I
yeah,
was so ready, probably the most ready that I had ever been for any tryout.
yeah. That's
And I was
awesome.
like, damn.
That's
Like even
awesome.
physically, like I was just like in the best shape of my life. And I'm like, it's all not for nothing, but damn.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out. It worked out eventually.
It worked
Uh,
out in the end. It did work
yeah,
out in the end.
let's talk about becoming La Madrina. How did that come about? You joined Santo Escobar's Legado del Fantasma. When you were pitched that character, what were your initial thoughts, and how did that come about?
So that came about because I actually pitched myself being in the group.
Okay.
That's how I got in the group. Because at the time they were feuding with the other group that had BFAP in it. So it was
It
three
was Hit Row. It
dudes,
was
one
Hit Row at the
girl.
time.
Hit
Yeah.
row, hit
Yeah.
row. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
That's okay.
So they were feuding with them, and I knew that they were looking for a girl to be with them. So in promo class at the time, we kind of had a lot of freedom to do things that would help evolve our character, because I got signed with the group that had like Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Cora Jade, Gigi Dolan. Like we were a
Wild group.
stacked
Yeah.
group that
Yeah.
got signed. So they were really focused on our character developments. So I was like, I could see myself fitting in with this group. So I went into promo class and I did a promo basically based off of like their last match that they had. And and I just involved myself like as if I was already in the group. And it just so happened our head writer was there watching the promo class, saw my promo, and I think that's kind of what really got me into the group. But as far as like the La Madrina, um, I picked that nickname myself, because Santos has like the Emperor of Lucha Libre. So I was trying to look for some type of nickname that would kind of coincide with the way that the group was, the dynamic, and then what I expected and wanted my role to kind of be out of it.
No, for sure.
And I guess you just touched on it right now too in NXT. Your first rivalry was with BFAB. So how did
Yeah.
it feel to kind of have like a high profile match on NXT, which was a
Yeah,
no
no,
disqualification match, right?
it was, yeah. So that was really cool, especially just coming out and we had that opportunity. So that was pretty awesome.
Nice. And then you had the Electra Lopez character on screen as well too. How's that
Yeah,
developing
so
into
it's
that
Electra
character?
Lopez with the nickname La Madrina.
Yeah. And how was that developing a character on television?
It was cool. It was really cool. I just felt like the only thing was being with the group, it kind of put me into a weird spot where it was like I wanted to be a wrestler, but then I was kind of pushed more to just managing when I still
Mm,
wanted to wrestle. So I wasn't given, unfortunately, that many opportunities to wrestle, which was a little frustrating. But again, that's, when people are on the internet are like, oh, this and that, like, you don't know what it is behind the scenes, and like I have no control over that, what my bookings are. So I didn't get a chance to really showcase much of my in-ring abilities. So that's what I'm hoping to, and planning to do now that I have free reign
yeah.
Yeah.
of my career.
Yeah, well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing you more in the ring and seeing what you can do in the ring. But speaking on the managing side of things, because that did happen, right? Like that happens quite often where if you're like the only female in a group, there is a chance that you might end up valeting and managing more so than actually wrestling. And when you guys got called up to the main roster, you also got called up with Legato. But then they quickly switched things up and they introduced Zelina Vega. Was that something about like maybe you wanting to wrestle more, or was that just their creative plans? Like, how did that come about?
Boy, that came about as shoot as it came about totally unexpectedly.
Yeah,
Um, like we had finished in September. We were told we were all going up. So we did our last goodbye scene where we all get in the car, drive away. Um, and then we were kind of just waiting to get the call for when we were going to be debuting on the main roster.
yeah,
That was like, I think, August or the beginning of September. And then so finally October comes around, we get a call, all of us, that okay, you guys are debuting on Friday. We're gonna book all of your travel, all your stuff, to fly out tomorrow. And that was it. So that was on a Wednesday. So now here comes Thursday. I'm getting ready to go. Literally about to leave my house to go to the airport. I was checked into my flight and everything. About to leave my house, I get a missed call from Shawn Michaels. I'm like, that's weird. He
yeah,
never called me, you know. And then he had texted me like, "Hey, it's Sean. Like, can you give me a call?" So I called him back, thinking like maybe he's just gonna wish me like good luck, give me some pointers on, that since I'm going up, I'm like just some pointers. And no, it turns out he felt very uncomfortable delivering the news to me too. Like they put him in a very uncomfortable position where like the people that told me that I was going up should have kind of been the ones to tell me that I things changed, that they fucked up on their end. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse.
that's okay.
Um but but they put it on him to do it. And yeah, he was just like basically, I'm so sorry, but the boys are going up. Just the boys are going up and you're not. So that was that. When I said before about having something so close and it being taken away, that was like really, like a shock. I mean, I hung up the phone and I was kind of sitting there for a few minutes, like in complete shock, because when you think like finally I made it to this level, like my career is gonna possibly now take off to that next level, and then it just be taken back from you. And then he had mentioned maybe Zelina, but it wasn't for sure. But it was for sure because she ended
Yeah,
up going out with them. So it is what it is. I feel like I did need that extra time in NXT. I felt like it helped me develop a little bit more of my own character outside of the group. I was able to do some more stuff. Um, but But of course, like it sucks. But I went in there every day with my head held high because this is how this business works. And you have to know things change like that. You have to have thick skin in this business. So it is what it is.
yeah. What would you say was your favorite part of that part of being on NXT by yourself without Legato though? Like, what was a standout moment for you?
I feel like I was just able to kind of try to reinvent myself, not just as like I never wanted to be in Legato as looked at, and Santos didn't want me to be looked at as that as well, as like just like arm candy, like a valley like that. We wanted me to have a little bit more of like a stronger presence. but so being on my own, I felt like it helped me just establish myself as a strong character.
Yeah.
And I guess looking back at your WWE run here and your career highlights, was there a special moment that you remember or something that was special to you?
Well, in a whole, my special moment was at least being a part of WrestleMania when I did get called up.
Yeah.
I got
Mm.
called up in February, and then in March, I believe it was, or April. I'm so bad with dates and names and all that. But to go out, and even though I didn't have a match, but just to be out in that environment, eh, in that arena, like it was electrifying.
What do you think was the biggest difference with NXT and the main roster from your experience? Obviously, when you finally got called up, what was like to you like, oh, this is why there's a big change from
I
being on
feel
the main
like
roster.
people up there are more mature. People up there look at it as this is your business, whereas in NXT, it's college 2.0.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like the college years when they're down there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
There's
college
been the joke of
2.0.
NXT Love Island. It's been
Yes, yes, it's college 2.0. And I'm a little older, so I
yeah,
was like ready to get out of
yeah.
there.
And so, obviously, being a Latino woman in the wrestling industry, did you feel any type of pressure to carry that kind of responsibility of your heritage on a big stage like WWE?
I wouldn't say pressure, but I definitely was honored to be able to represent my family and to represent all Latinos around the world, and have that, you know, that representation in the company. Um, because there's not now there's more females, that are of Hispanic background, but there wasn't always that.
Mm. And did you have a lot of friends behind the scenes that really helped you navigate through the up and downs of WWE?
Any mentors per
Yes
se?
and no. I feel yes and no. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all each other's competition. We're all there to
Yeah.
to get a job. We're all there to have that spot, and you have to also weed through the fake and the bullshit, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You think all those girls are in there like wishing you luck, wishing oh you do really great? No, they want your fucking spot. Come on.
Work politics,
I'm
right?
gonna be real about it. I'm
Normal
gonna
work
be real
yeah.
about
politics. Yeah.
it.
Regular work. We talk about that all
Yeah.
the time. Like there's politics in regular
It's
everything.
still work at the end of the day,
Oh,
right?
there's politics and everything. There's
You want
politics
that
and
if someone
everything.
else got the promotion that you wanted, or you think they don't deserve it as much. Let me ask you this then: for with your entire WWE career, obviously that you had, it was a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of learning experience. You really got to find out more of who you are as a professional wrestler at a higher level. We created Electra Lopez. You're gonna be leaving and heading into to the independents a little bit more confident. What are some of the goals you've set
Yes.
for yourself now, knowing what you know, say prior like to the Carissa before the tryout to now?
Well, I definitely have way more higher expectations for myself. Like I really would love to just travel the world
Yeah.
and wrestle at the same time. Like I'm gonna be taking more bookings coming this 2026. I did take a little time off for some personal reasons, but I just had my first match in Chile a few
Oh,
weeks ago,
cool. Yeah.
Nice.
and then I have a few things lined up after the new year. So I'm super excited. I'm trying to reinvent myself a little bit, and just have fun, because the matches that I have had being back on the indies, I'm like, oh my God, it's such a relief. Like you could just actually enjoy it and not feel the pressure, and
Yeah.
just it's just fun.
If you could give advice to the Carissa pre-tryout, pre-2020 trial, looking back now, what advice would you give younger Carissa?
Mm, maybe to have more patience.
Yeah.
Have more patience and just enjoy the ride a little more.
All right, so we're gonna wrap things up. I thought we'd just do a quick rapid fire thing with you. And once again, it was really nice having you on here. I really do appreciate your first guest to
Yeah. Thank
have
you.
on bell to bell.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm very, I was intrigued to hear about your journey a bit because I haven't heard much about it. I don't think you've done a ton of interviews since you've left the WWE.
Not yeah, not yet.
Yeah, yeah. So I really do appreciate it. This is just like softball
Awesome.
stuff, just easy, just like growing up. Who was your favorite wrestler?
Undertaker, hands
Undertaker?
down.
Uh,
Why was that?
I love him to this day. If you hear his music, like it just gives chills down my spine.
Yeah. Did you get the opportunity to meet him while you were down in the WWE at all?
I did, and
How was that moment for you?
that was just like an incredible moment. I had seen him once before down there, but then like when we actually had like a physical conversation, I was just like, I can't believe this is happening right
Yeah.
now.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, being second generation, having your father part of the business for when you were younger. So I'm not getting over like a cold, hence I lost my voice in the middle of a question. I'm not a smoker. That's
It's
not what that was. I am just getting over like a cold that I've had for like a week. But let me ask you this. What was your earliest memory of wrestling? Like, what do you remember seeing first that you're like, oh, I like this?
I don't have like clear visuals, but I do remember my dad putting on. We had a gym in our house,
Yeah.
and in the basement where he would work out. I remember like watching him like measure his arms and stuff, and then he would play like some wrestling. And I remember watching women's wrestling at the time, which was very different because it was like a lot of the panties matches, bra and panties matches and stuff. But I just remember seeing that and just being like enamored by it and just like thinking I want to do that one day. I was always like a little tough girl too. Like I always played sports. I wanted to box at one point and my mom was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, absolutely not." um, so so I always wanted to get into something physical. So I've just felt like this is something that was meant for me to pursue and something in honor of my father who never even got to know that this is what I have pursued in my life. So that also, holds a special place in my heart.
What would you say was like your most played pump up song before you were about to have a match or go out there? Like what was on your playlist?
Uh, Honestly, I wasn't much of a person to keep headphones in. I like to hear my surroundings.
Yeah. So what was your pre-match ritual?
And
What would you do?
I would just stretch a whole bunch, stretch a whole bunch. I would do a little prayer that, I'm not super religious, but I was always do like a little prayer to, keep me safe, keep everyone in the match safe and among other things. But yeah, I mean, I'm a simple girl.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, last but not least, I like to always know this because it's always intriguing. What's your guilty pleasure cheat meal? Like, say if you're working out, you're in your zone, but there's that one thing you just can't resist if it comes about.
Pizza, baby.
uh,
I'm
join the
from
club.
Jersey, and we got the best pizza up there. So I did find two spots down here that are a little comparable, only
Yeah.
two, but pizza.
Well, let me ask you before we wrap it up. Then, if we go to New Jersey again for any reason, if it's for a
Yeah.
wrestling event, just for fun or whatever, what are the pizza spots we should be checking out in New Jersey?
Oh man, there's so many. I mean,
Because we went for SummerSlam and we had a couple of buddies take us out to some place, and it was not the best.
Yeah, it
And
was okay.
I've
It
been
was
I've been to
okay.
New York, New Jersey
there's
before.
Benny. There's this. It wouldn't be like my go-to because it's like further from where like I am. But in Hoboken, there's a place called Benny's,
Yeah.
and they have like huge pieces of pizza. Did you go there?
No.
No.
I
Because
go,
I know a lot of people when they have like guests come in, they'll bring them there.
they took us
The
to some
pizza
like
is really
artichoke
good.
pizza or something. And
Yeah, I think Artichoke is where we went. Someplace like that.
yeah, and I know there's better because
Oh
I've been
yeah,
there multiple times. I'm like, there's better places than RV. Don't let them
yeah.
fool
No,
Well,
you.
I,
I'd get just like a regular cheese pizza, a margarita pizza. I mean, there's this place. It's a brick oven. It's up near Mawa. It's a restaurant too, but they're like margarita pies. Bomb.
Yeah, yeah,
well, you
yeah.
got to come down and try Vancouver pizza or Surrey pizza, as we like to say it. I
Yeah,
mean,
we have a very distinctive
Okay.
pizza out here in Vancouver.
yeah,
That's like Indian pizza, but it's like really good. Yeah,
All right. Well, you guys got to put me on then if I'm out
we'll
there.
let you know.
yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this again. I appreciate your time. I would love to chat with you again in the
Thank you.
future. And is there
Yes.
anything you want to let people know before we sign off here?
Just if you guys want to follow me on my socials, I have my X account, which is I feel so weird always saying X account.
Twitter.
My X account, my Instagram account, which is __ Karissa Karissa Rivera Rivera, and you could hit me up on there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, everybody. Make sure you look out for Karissa. Check out local independents. Who knows what should show up? Maybe in one of these other major companies. We
You
don't
never know.
We
You never
don't
know. That's
but-
why
Yeah.
this year I'm keeping my options all open,
Yeah.
and I'm just letting all the good energy flow in.
We are
and
manifesting and
whatever
putting it
comes
out there in the
about.
universe for you as we wrap up the year
Yes.
that you show up somewhere big and people will get to see a side of you that they might not have got to see in the WWE because it's more of a controlled situation over there.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to see that.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much. It was
Yeah,
a
thank
pleasure.
you.
Thanks.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right, bye.
All right, how'd you feel about that, RV?
That was pretty cool. You know what? I was looking up to see if she had a figure, but she didn't. And from WWE, right?
Like doing research, eh?
Yeah.
The middle of
I'm a
the
figure
show.
guy. I'm not a collectible guy. I was like, oh,
I'm
maybe
also
I'll have
figure
something in my
guy.
inventory, but I didn't.
Yeah, everybody, make sure you guys go follow Karissa, check her out. That was very kind of her to come on this show and hang out with us and chat with us. Hopefully, we get some more guests going down in the future. But I guess it's time we recap a little bit of last night's Monday Night Raw. I don't know if anything really major happened on SmackDown besides Carmelo winning the United
I
States.
feel like people watched it 2 weeks ago because they already knew.
Well, because it was taped.
all the
The tape shows
spoilers,
are
right?
always really hard to get hyped about. But Carmelo's the United States champion. That's exciting.
Yep, no, it was. I had to ask you yesterday too. I'm like, is this recorded or is this live? Right? Because of
Yeah,
the-
no, they were finally back to being live yesterday.
Yeah.
So yesterday was definitely live. But no, I'm hyped. I was hyped to see Carmelo win the United States title. He did a promo before he got attacked backstage by DIY where he said something like I wasn't like written off, but I was delayed. Like it wasn't that it wasn't never gonna happen. It was just that it happened late. You know.
Well, now I wonder what's where Dragunov's gonna go, but I'm
I
excited
think he's
to
gonna be
see.
involved with Melo still to an
You
extent.
think so?
Yeah. I think whether it's him helping him with DIY, like a frenemy situation, because Dragunov's gonna be uphold having respect for the business, and I lost clearly. They might have a rematch. Maybe it's a fatal four-way or something with Johnny and Ciampa. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I guess he'll still.
Yeah, but I don't like. There was more stuff with Drew and Cody. Well, shout out to Maxine. She's getting married this week. I had her on the show. I just opened Instagram and I saw all of her.
Yeah,
like,
congratulations,
weddings and-
congratulations, I guess.
Congratulations, or do not? I guess this guy guesses to say.
Well, congratulations, not I guess. Yeah.
Are
just
you, like,
congratulations.
anti-marriage?
Remove the
How's
I
your
guess.
marriage going, man? How's your marriage going? You're like, oh yeah, congratulations, I guess. Just signed your death sentence.
But I guess selfish me, I keep forgetting about the brand splits. I want to see Dragunov versus Gunther, but
Oh yeah,
maybe one
that
day
will
down the
happen
road.
again. One
Yeah,
day.
it will. It will. Wacky Panda. That's all you live by.
It's the best. Wacky Panda and the Duck one, but Carmelo Hayes defeated. I'm trying to see if anything else happened. Yeah, and then there's just more drama in the women's division. Aleister Black is still feuding Damian Priest. So I saw a meme where it's like, yo, these two have been feuding since like August, and it's now January.
That's not
And
that
in
long.
time, they've had
That's
4
okay.
matches. I know it's not bad at all, but it's just kind of, I get where people are like, has anyone come out better from this? Because Aleister hasn't. Maybe Damian.
I think the goal should have been for Alistair to come out stronger, but
Did you watch SmackDown like fully? I know it was a busy week. It was like on Christmas Day.
I think I was in and out. I did like tune in, tune out, tune in.
Because there was like a Joe Hendry concert to kick off the show.
Yeah, with I was gonna call him K Quick, but R Truth, yeah, R Truth, dressed as a bunny. That was a fun little match. Miracle on 34th
for a brief second, I forgot he was called K Quick in 2000.
K Quick, man.
What I should have asked him what that name meant. K Quick. It gives me just Nesquik vibes.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Now calling him K Quick, and even when he came back as actually no, R Truth is normal now, but when he was R Truth, to me, K Quick was all I ever remembered.
So I watched TNA enough to know that he was Raw on the Truth Killings. So when he came in as R Truth, I'm like, oh, it's just a play on Raw on the Truth Killings because that was his name in TNA. He was a former TNA World Champion when it was the NWA Championship.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's why Ron Killings or R-Truth isn't so weird to me, but K Quick, I forgot
Ron
about
Killings
that.
was weird to me, so that's why K Quick was normal to me. I was a WWE, WWF guy,
Yeah.
man. That's all I knew.
But it's cool to see Joe Henry on SmackDown. It seems like on both shows we're seeing like video packages for Oba Femi. We're seeing
Hmm.
Javon Evans talking backstage on
Trick
Raw
Williams
with
showed
Adam
up, I
Pearce.
believe, right? That
We
was on
see
SmackDown.
Trick Williams on
Yeah.
SmackDown and Raw. We see Joe Henry on SmackDown. I've talked about it over and over again that I feel like NXT has a very depleted men's division that I don't think is very strong. And that being said, wait, we went
There's
150
a
bucks. But
wacky.
that
Yeah.
being said, it seems like if you're calling up Oba, Trick, Javon, and potentially Joe Hendry, like what is left on the NXT men's division side?
Well, Ricky
Ricky
Saints,
Saints? Like that's it.
Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah, I guess so. Who else?
Wasn't Tony D'Angelo on the main roster? Did he show up for a bit?
No, he might have showed up for a match or something here or there, but he was never on the main roster.
Yeah.
He's had his family down there and doing the whole game. And
Yeah.
I don't know how well the Tony D'Angelo character, like the old version, would have worked. I always used to say that I don't know anything, right? Like the only thing I know about wrestling is I don't know nothing. But in my humble opinion, I didn't know how the Mafia boss character was gonna play on the main roster.
Yeah.
Compared to how
I feel.
NXT is different, no matter how much they want to.
Yeah, I think if he ended up coming on the main roster like that, hopefully he doesn't turn into a comedy act, right? Of
Yeah, comedy act or just like there's too many big names.
yeah. What about
You
those
know,
four guys that
I mean,
came
it could have
back in
made you
this
work,
group?
but he's changed now. He's changed now. Now he's kind of a solo. He's a solo star
Yeah.
of NXT now. He's not a family mob boss guy. What were you saying? What for? Guys?
Those four guys that came back as a group. Remember they were revealed as like the current day retribution.
Oh, Dark State. They're still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But I don't look at any single one of them and then be like, they're the breakout. They could be though. It's NXT. Like they could build anyone to be a top star. I just if you
Yeah.
take Oba, you take Trick, and you take Javon.
And
Javon,
Oba is a world champion too, right?
yeah, but
So
Oba like is a fair call. Like SmackDown could probably use Oba.
they could, but
Because outside, like, what's happening on SmackDown? Like, people forget that Drew and Cody are even feuding.
it is forgettable, as I always say. You, you know what? I just wish. I know we've passed it now. I would love to see NXT be part of Survivor Series.
Again,
Yeah, that was fun
it was.
because that lets you build up a lot of these guys before they show up to the main roster, rather than just plucking out the big guys from NXT and putting them on the main roster,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know, but we'll see. Like, I just think the men's division, unless they're bringing some people in that we don't. I mean, Ethan Page is still there. Ricky Saints.
Yeah,
You said Tony D'Angelo.
yeah. Ethan Page is good. Ricky Saints,
That's three
he's
guys that could be. If they keep Joe Hendry down there for a bit longer, he can be a major player.
well. Joe, I feel Joe Hendry on the main roster would just be more of a like a good guy jobber, really.
Good guy in comedy.
Yeah,
Maybe mid
that's
card, maybe win an intercontinental U.S. title, but like that's his peak, you know.
maybe him and R-Truth can win some tag team titles,
Or
but
something like that. Yeah.
right.
I don't see Joe Hendry future WWE World Champion. If that's the case, crazy.
No,
Raw was good.
it
Started
was.
with the Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A shocking end. A shocking end to the show. For me, at
Uh,
least.
yeah. Well, we'll get to that, but like we started with the Vision. I very promptly felt like, oh, another 150. Very promptly felt like that's why Wacky Panda's the best. I really felt like they're making it clear that like Braun's the main guy right now in this group.
Yeah.
Like when they did the entrance and the spotlight was like on someone.
Yeah, he's doing this, the arm stretched out.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Braun's now like they're maybe not a leader, but Braun's a de facto leader of this group, and he's the one going for the world title, so it makes sense. But my whole thing with this is like I like that Logan and Austin are part of this now. They officially announced that Austin's part of the group, Heyman.
Yeah.
But
And this is what I feel like this is what WWE was missing. Like I always like it, a bunch of random guys getting together to form a faction and letting it grow
and
on us.
young guys that like
Yeah.
Braun's promo spoke on that. Like everyone says we're like he was speaking about himself, but he could have been speaking on behalf of the whole group. Everyone says we're the future. We're future WrestleMania main event. He's like, no, we're now, right?
Yeah.
I just also was like, man, let's not play like Bronson Reed. It wasn't your equal, or even ahead of you when this group started. You know, like he was already established, right? Oh,
Oh,
225.
two. Hold on.
Back to
So 1.5 is what you win then.
Yeah, 'cause
On
I'm betting on 15.
So two gets you. I still don't know what this gold coin stuff is on the side. The 45, 60, 75.
Where's the no, that's not it. Oh, update game. No. Uh, Usually there is an instructions area.
Just curious.
Daily missions, no.
Or actually, click on the first coin. I'm just curious to see what happens on the first coin. Or you know what? Maybe all those coins add up to some type of a bonus.
Maybe.
That's probably what it is. I could be wrong. Right.
Oh, because I bet less here. See, the bet size is only set $25 here. The bet size here, the biggest I can go is 75.
Oh, okay, okay. Here you can go up
No,
to
150. Max bet. 150. I go
all right.
150.
So I guess just bigger bets. Well, could you imagine if we hit three pandas?
That'd be nuts.
That would be
Doesn't
wow.
say what happens if you hit three though.
I don't know if you have
Oh, it
with
does. Okay. Three.
on Thursdays yet, but have you hit any three identical icons yet on this?
I feel like I have. I just can't remember.
I just know
Back to the promo because we don't have too much time. I thought it was hilarious when Punk came out there and he talked about Austin Theory already like drinking the Kool-Aid. And he's like, "You're already spitting and jumping on it or something." I was like, "Wait a minute,
I
that's
think
that's not PG, bro."
I think
I don't need kids going to school telling their friends, "Hey man, why are you sucking with the teacher? You're like spitting and doing moves on it." I'm like, wait, what?
well, I felt like Punk was going quiet after Braun Breaker was burying him.
You know,
Yeah,
I will say that I think Braun Breaker won the promo battle.
he did because CM Punk had nothing to say. He just
No,
repeated back.
Punk's promo was fine. It's a very babyface promo. I don't, he, you know, he put over Braun. I do think you're ready. He's just like, I'm not ready to let go yet. I'm not ready to like, and then when I do lose this title, it's not going to be against you. Okay, that's cool. Like, very babyface, very straightforward. Nothing wrong with it. But Braun's was like, he had something to prove, and he convinced me. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, you should be champion now. Why do we have to wait 5 years down the road? You're gonna be wrestling me. Like, no, it's now. And like I bought into Braun's like, and it wasn't made personal. He didn't take digs at his wife or whatever. Punk didn't take digs at his family. It was a very straightforward. Okay, let's leave all the personal stuff aside. And Punk was like, "Sell it to me. Why do you think you're the guy?" And I think Braun did a great job selling it.
Yeah, like you mentioned, he won the promo battle there. I enjoyed it. And Braun, he's getting really good at cutting promos. I know sometimes he'd like slip up and his voice would change and crack, but he's getting much better.
I don't know if it's adrenaline or nerves, but sometimes like I was looking really closely and like the mic was like, cause this hand was shaking.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
I noticed that too. He's like doing this. I don't know if he was like doing it on purpose.
I don't know if
But
it's like for the character, if it's actual nerves, or if it's just like adrenaline, like he's hyped up, like I don't know what it is. But his hand was shaking, and I'm like, it could be
yeah,
nerves. It could
yeah,
be nerves. Maybe like it's not that he hasn't cut promos before. He cut promos actually, but like to be fired up and like to be alive on TV, like it could have been nerves. And I think he knocked it out the park though. Like if
yeah.
it was,
Or could have just been part of his character. Him
that's what it
always
is. Or it could have been part of the character. It could have been him amped up.
the
Six
dog in him.
hundred dollars.
Oh, well, what are you? You're down right now, man.
I know, but what is down? I'm over 10.
Oh yeah. Well, we started at 12, I think. Oh, uh, spoke too early.
My new emote every time I win a big one.
We know who's ordering pizza today.
John Cena. Then we go backstage. Jackie Redmond was trying to interview Raquel and to Liv Morgan. There was a little bit of miscommunication there where, you know, Liv was kind of like, "Hey, we got you." Raquel was like, "No, it's okay. I got this myself. I'll figure it out." To the point where Liv was like, "All right, that's cool. Like, no problem." And then Roxanne, and she was kind of being like, "Oh, like Roxanne had an idea though." And then Roxanne came in. And Raquel's like, "No, don't worry, I got it." And then Raquel walked off, and Rox, you know, the best part of it was there was like you could like it's like the small nuances of like, is there some manipulation going on over here? Because like Liv started petting Roxanne like Doctor Evil, and I was like, oh. She's not happy about any of this, and she just wants Raquel to lose so that she can be like, "Oh, well, I told you so, or you could have let us help you." and you could have
It's a
won.
very, very interesting storyline, but
Yeah, and like now, like Liv's taking Roxanne under her wing, which initially we all thought Liv was gonna come back and beef with Roxanne over Dom, but she's like kind of like, no, I'll just take her under my wing, and then, if Raquel wants to go after the world title, and not let me go after it, then because realistically, we saw Bailey and Lyra ask for a title shot. We know Charlotte and Alexa want a title shot. We know Rhea and Io are gonna get a title shot against the Kabuki Warriors. Liv and Roxanne kind of took a step back from chasing those tag titles.
they
Right now.
did. And I know I'm jumping ship again, and you always hate that. But is Dom injured, or is he just?
So yeah, no, you're not jumping ship because Liv mentioned that. This is where they mentioned it. Where Liv was like, "Hey, JD's out, and Dom's also going to be out for a little bit too." So I can't say for sure. I'm not shout out to my boy. I'm not Sean Ross Sapp. I don't know. I don't have the inside source. But what we know is that he's injured. It's a shoulder injury, and he's out indefinitely. I don't think they know how long he's going to be out for.
So the Judgment Day, that's just women.
It's just women and Finn. Finn cut a
Oh
promo
yeah, Finn.
only
Yeah.
for like the international fans. So us in Canada, we got it. He cut a promo during what would be a commercial break, and he said, "I know we say we don't have leaders or whatnot, but I'm gonna lead this group and make sure we stay strong while these guys are out." Type of situation.
So hopefully Dom's injury isn't that serious where he's off.
Well, if it's a shoulder injury to the same extent that say Penta had, and we saw Penta return today, it didn't seem like Penta was out for that long. It was like a month and a half. If that's the case, I think we're okay.
Well, the last time he wrestled was this Survivor Series, Dom?
play.
Oh yeah, he did wrestle Triple A.
Wrestled Triple A, a tag match with where he tagged with El Grande Americano against Ray and I think
His dad injured him.
Ray Phoenix and Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio injured his son.
Yeah, possibly.
Killed
But
his
anyways,
momentum.
Dom might have got hurt in that match, and it could be precautionary too. Maybe they're like,
Just
we
chill
want
for a
you to
bit.
rest, just chill. It could get
Yeah.
worse if you try to wrestle. Like we don't know, but he just can't wrestle.
Too bad he wasn't. We obviously don't know the logistics. Too bad he wasn't just on TV, kind of like playing off that injury a little bit as well.
He might maybe he'll show up in a sling next week or something. Who knows?
Possibly. They just
Right?
announced it, and that's all it was.
They just announced it because he's not there this week, and then also like, I don't. And also you got to remember the holiday season. Like I know WWE doesn't really do house shows anymore, but for the holiday season they do a holiday tour, and they've been on one, where they've been doing local live events in some cities for the holidays, and they're going to be doing it going into January. So that is like a lot of the wrestlers are wrestling more than they were. Like Liv has actually returned to the ring on a holiday tour match against Lyra, but we haven't seen her wrestle on television since she's been back, right? Like they're testing out. I forget who I talked to a friend of mine. He's like, he went to one of the shows. He's like, I feel like they were testing a lot of like future potential feuds, matches and stuff. What the house shows used to be used for.
Yeah.
It was like,
Let people bring out new
let's try
characters.
Hogan and Flair in this market to see if we'd be good enough for WrestleMania. Like
Yeah.
yeah. So a lot of that. Stephanie Vakir ended up defeating Nikki Bella and Raquel to retain the titles.
It was a good match.
It was a good match.
It was a good match. It did feel a little too long. That was just me.
It did seem like a show they were trying to fill time though.
Yeah. But it was a good match. I love that classic finish, the roll-up style finish. I'm glad not everything is a finisher. It was good. And Nikki Bella looked great, man. Even in the ring, she looked good.
She rocked her Eagles colors.
Yeah, boo. Can't screw the Eagles.
Which is playing more into that whole Dijon. What's his name?
Yeah. The cornerback for the Eagles.
Yeah, but
Cooper DeJean.
Cooper Dijon, that's his name. I thought
Cooper DeJean, maybe, man. I don't know.
Yeah. We're playing into those rumors, but she's always been an Eagles fan, so that's also could just be that. The Eagles, they're in the playoffs. How are the Chiefs doing?
We're resting. We're gonna let someone else win this year.
We're resting.
Yeah, we're gonna rest. Well, what do you do without Patrick Mahomes, man? You can't do much. But Eagles won't make it that far either.
I'm not mad that Stephanie retained. Obviously, we got a big title change.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
I think Raquel not winning is part of the Judgment Day storyline. And I know, and I'm saying this because, if this was Punk or Cena, and I'd be like, oh, they can lose and it's not a big deal, whatever, right? But for some reason, Nikki can't keep losing. She needs to win something. She needs to win a match. I don't even care if it's not for the title. She needs to wrestle somewhere next week and win a match. Does that make sense?
Yeah, she's got to. Yeah, if they want her heel character work a little bit, she's got to win something.
Yeah, even if it's a squash match against an enhancement talent, something she needs to be shown winning a match because as of right now, she just doesn't win.
Who could she beat? Who she could
Call
beat?
someone
on
up from NXT for the night. Throw out Candice LeRae. I don't know who's barely used. Let her beat.
Zelina Vega? Well,
No,
she's on
she's
the other
used.
show.
She's on the other show and she's used.
It's hard, man, to pick who she can beat, though.
Let her have a singles match against.
She can beat Maxine.
No, Maxine the champ.
Yeah, so, like, who's left?
If the Becky thing ends, like she could beat Maxine for the Intercontinental title. She could, and they could have a little program. You get what I'm trying to say?
I
Like,
guess, man, I wouldn't want her to, but you can always bring Natty back in, and then...
she could wrestle Ivy Nile in a competitive match and win.
No, I like Ivy.
I know, but like, you know, what I'm trying someone that like isn't gonna like.
Tarnish her reputation.
This is not gonna tarnish. She lost to Maxine last week.
Yeah, but so did Becky Lynch, so Maxine's on fire right now.
Oh yeah,
That's-
shout out to Maxine.
That's doable.
But no, like Nikki just needs a W. I don't know against who. They have to bring someone from NXT for a one-off. Like, oh, we're bringing Sol Ruka back up here. Sol Ruka versus Nikki Bella. And Nikki beats her by cheating, like a heel, doing something, pulling the tights.
Well, she can be Lara. I feel
She
like
just needs a W.
she can be Lara. Lyra?
Lyra, no, they're trying to go after titles, her and Bailey. But she just needs to beat someone. That's all I'm trying to say. She just needs to beat someone.
It's tough, man. There's not a lot of options on the board there for her. That's the
She
problem.
can't just keep losing because then people like
Or-
OG fans will always respect Nikki, but like new fans are gonna be like, oh, this legend came back and she just always loses. She like
You know-
we don't want her to be like Hacksaw Jim Duggan in 2010.
The fact that she's been wearing
You remember
Eagles
Hacksaw Jim
colors-
Duggan in 2010?
Yeah, but I was just gonna say the fact that she's like really represented the Eagles publicly now. I mean, I know she was an Eagles fan, but like the Eagles getting to her, let her keep losing. I don't care.
Wow.
Let her
You
lose.
see when she put the STF on and then the fans started chanting "Thank you, Cena," and then she yelled, "Like thank me!"
Yeah.
No, it went viral on social media last night.
It is
It's been
good.
going off. People like thought that was really funny. R-Truth confronted Gunther, and it seemed like okay, well maybe Gunther's next program is gonna be with R-Truth because he's Ron Cena, but their match was booked and it was booked for tonight. That happened so quickly.
I was so confused, and then I realized, oh yeah, this guy cut his hair. I'm like, whoa, what's happening to his hair? He's balding, but then I remember him cutting his dreads off, right? And nothing happened from that.
I'm just gonna jump to it. They had their match in the night. Gunther won. He wore a shirt that said he tapped out like
Yeah.
BITCH is what you're supposed to imply.
Would you buy that shirt?
I would 100% buy that shirt.
Yeah.
That would be my Cena retirement shirt memory.
Not gonna lie, it was a cool shirt.
What did you get for the Cena retirement tour? You went to all those shows. He tapped out like .
I need that Drew McIntyre CM Punk shirt too,
Which one?
where Drew is
Why
standing.
do you have to attack CM Punk?
Why you gotta attack Cena? Cena's
Come
gone.
Mine's
Cena is old news. Cena's
mine
done.
is mine
He's
is
not wrestling end. Everything has
mine's
to
about
be a mental
continuity.
Cena when you talk.
Mine's about continuity. You're just like doing it out of vendetta.
No, it's not vendetta. Just saying, I like Drew McIntyre. We talked about Drew McIntyre today. So I like his old shirt.
You like his old shirt, eh?
Yeah.
The one Scottish Warrior, right? That's
Yeah.
the one.
That's the one.
That's the one. Let me just fix this later, and then I'm gonna go back to the game before we wrap things up. So Gunther defeated R-Truth, made him tap out.
Okay, quick. Yeah.
Take quick, whatever. The Kabuki Warriors cut a promo, not good at all. Kyrie's funny. I honestly, if it was meant to be comedic, it was pretty funny. I just like, what are they saying?
I just look forward to Kyrie's theme song.
You're babies.
I enjoy it. I just want them to play Kyrie's theme song way more. I love it.
And I actually like Oscar's grown on me. I've always liked Kyrie. I just think the promo was funny. I was like,
I like it.
who told these two to come out and gave him a mic and talk gibberish?
I enjoy it when they come out. I think it's
And
hilarious.
then it led to Rhea and Io coming out and it turned into a brawl where Rio and Io stood tall. They have a tag title shot next week. The traditionalist of me says if Rhea and Io stood tall this week, they're not winning next week, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Jimmy's backstage trying to pump up Jay. Jay's still doubting himself. Like, I don't know, man. I've been losing a lot. And Jimmy's like, yo, yeah, but this is also the same year you won the Rumble and you won the world title. Like, of course, you lost them, but you did that, you know? Like, you're trying to hype him up and remind him who the Usos
Like
were.
I butchered it on our other show. Don't be mad that it happened. No, don't be mad that. Oh man, I can't
Don't
memorize
be
that
mad that it's over. Be glad.
shit. Don't
that
be
it
mad
happened.
that it's over. Yeah, be happy that it happened. That's what.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
I'll never get that quote.
Javon Evans was AJ Styles and Dragon Lee were backstage where Javon Evans came up and AJ's like, "Hey Javon, what are you doing? You don't even go here." And then they had a conversation, and then the
You
Lost
see his shirt,
Americanos-
Javon Williams shirt.
No, Javon Evans. Williams is crazy.
6'7"? Sorry,
Oh
you,
no,
you, you know what
you
I
don't
meant.
even know his name. You look at him like 6, 7 different names.
Sorry, man. I had a bad year in fantasy football. Like, I'm thinking of Javonte Williams, a running back from the
Just
Cowboys.
watching names.
Killed me, man. This year. He
Lost
killed me.
Americanos came up. They confronted Javon because he ran away from them last week.
Yeah.
And then AJ and Dragon Lee stepped up with Javon to like kind of back him up. So maybe we'll get a 6-man tag next week or something. I don't know. We'll find out. Then we go to the Vision locker room. Braun Breaker's back there. He tells Austin Theory, like, hey, I got you back. You're one of us now. Austin Theory says he acknowledges the tribal thief. And then Logan Paul.
Shua.
Yeah. And then Logan Paul kind of went with the whole, hey, man, like, I know what it's like to be new in this group. It can be intimidating, yada, yada. And I'm like, where's this guy going with this? He's like, I'm not the most humble guy. And Paul Heyman's like, yes, you are. You're the most humble. You're the most... And he's just like, but I got your back too, which led to Paul Heyman being like, well, Logan, why don't you go out there with Austin? Why don't you show him the ropes? Yada, yada, yada. So that was the case. Which led us to Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory, which ended in a no finish. It looked like Rey was actually going to pick up the win. He hit the 619, went to the apron, and then boom, Logan Paul sweeps him, dropping Rey on the apron. This led to a beatdown, which led to the return of Penta. Because I forgot to mention earlier in the night, Rey told Punk he didn't need any backup. Someone owes him a favor. And the favor came through because obviously Rey teamed with Rey Fenix at AAA. So Penta came out to return the favor and help Rey against the Vision. So Penta's back in the mix. I watched CM Punk versus John Cena in Saudi like a week ago. Because I told you, I was at the LAX Fan Fest when it actually happened. So I didn't get to watch it live properly.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and I'm like, I remember mostly everything that happened. Seth guys coming out, the Vision. Yeah, I'm like, I forgot that Penta had any involvement in this, and that he was feuding Braun Breaker at the time. And in that main event,
For the
Penta
IC
runs out
title,
too.
right?
Huh?
It was part of the IC title, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Penta ran out too. And I was like, I totally forgot he was involved with this.
Yeah. Maybe now Rey Fenix is probably going to end up joining him. Because I think, weren't they highlighting that Penta and Rey were going to get back together?
Well, they were going to tag in AAA against Dom and Americano.
So I can
And
see
then
Rey
Penta
joining.
went, so Rey Mysterio took Penta's spot.
Yeah. So I think Rey Phoenix is going to join Rey Mysterio and Penta.
John joined the tag teams of Rey Fenix and Andrade and Rey Fenix and who else has he teamed with over there?
Oh yeah, he was with Andrade too, right?
And he just teamed with someone else recently.
Remember, I know it's a little off topic, but at SummerSlam when Rey Fenix came out, and I was like, no, that's Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh shit, that's Dragon Lee. Was it Dragon Lee or Rey Fenix? It was Rey Fenix.
It was Rey Fenix. And
Yeah, but I'm like, these idiots, it's Dragon Lee. How do they not know Dragon Lee? But
and people believed you?
Yeah, but it was Rey
Go
Fenix.
check out a SummerSlam vlog and Survivor Series vlog.
Yeah, check it out.
YouTube channel. And then we're almost wrapping up here. We're almost done. Maxine Dupree came out there 2 weeks in a row, carrying herself like a champion. And I think what we've learned is that Maxine is comfortable and confident on the mic. She can talk. She is not afraid of talking. She even like interacted with the crowd when they were chanting. She was like, yeah. Like they're like, you deserve it. She's like, yeah, thank you, I do. Like, most people if they're nervous, they won't react to the crowd. They'll just say their script as they were told, like because this one was like, no. She took the pauses and breaks to let the crowd chant. Like she did her thing. Like shout out to Maxine. I'm not even trying to be like biased there because like she's been nice to us and like.
No, her promos are good. Her promos are actually really good. They're genuine. They don't, even they're maybe scripted. They don't come across scripted. Not like she's not forcing the good character in her to come out. It's just genuinely her, which is nice.
Yeah, and then you had Becky come out, and Becky, like, to be fair, Becky was not wrong. She's like trying to give Maxine credit, trying to be nice about the whole thing. And then, like, Maxine got a little bit of a problem, like, no, after next week, we're going to beat you. You're going to have to call me the Intercontinental Champion. And then Becky lost her shit, like, I was trying to be nice. I don't know. Like, and then Becky said some stuff that I was like, maybe Becky is also in that Mercedes, Charlotte, John Cena territory where it's like, wait a minute, Becky's not wrong. She could win. They could just put it back on Becky.
Becky can win it any day, yeah. Any title, any day.
It's
any
50.
moment.
She's like, because in her promo, she literally says, like, at the end, I always end up winning. Now look at most of her feuds. At the end, she does always end up kind of winning. Like,
I don't think it's gonna end anytime soon because I think WWE is probably realizing that Maxine is pretty over with the crowd. So I think
and Maxine going over on Becky is gonna elevate Maxine in the end overall.
Mm-hmm.
Do we just see AJ Lee pop up again randomly?
Is she? What happened to her?
She comes to ruin Becky's life. She is like that part of Becky's life that she can't get rid of. That pest that like hosted on Becky's body. That anytime Becky gets a
They
big
haven't had a singles match yet, right?
no, that's what it's gonna lead up to. And I
Or
don't know if it's gonna be the
WrestleMania, probably.
Rumble in Saudi or WrestleMania, but they're gonna wrestle each other. I think it might be in Saudi, so she can get that Saudi paycheck.
Yeah.
AJ Lee, but yeah, I don't. It's so funny because like if that's what happens, and then also Maxine needs to get a big W over someone else to make elevate her even more. Maybe Natty comes out and finally helps Maxine. Maybe Natty comes out and turns on Maxine that Becky wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because Natty taps out in that promo.
Yeah, maybe Natty comes out there and says, "You shouldn't be the champion." We're gonna and then last, but oh no, we had Trick Williams backstage for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Trick Williams came back there, was talking to Pierce, saying, "We'll talk more about your future next time." And Trick's like, "Yeah, get me up here whenever you can. The sooner the better." And then came in Lyra and Bailey asking to get a tag title shot. They want to be next in line, but so does Charlotte and Alexa. So does so many other people. So we'll see how that goes. You're right. A lot of the women are tied up in the tag division. That's like hard for any of them to lose anything.
Yeah, so like who can Nikki beat? And hopefully until the Eagles don't win the Super Bowl, hopefully she doesn't win either.
Hopefully, when the Eagles win, she wins the title.
Who, Nikki?
And her and Cooper DeJean can hang out with their rings and their belts.
They're not gonna hang out.
The Usos defeated AJ Styles and Dragon Lee to become the new tag team champions. How'd you feel about this? You brought it up really early on.
Yeah, I was actually shocked. Like, not in a bad way. I was like, oh, they actually changed the titles. But then I was thinking, okay, maybe they're about to give AJ that singles independent run for his retirement year, right? Get him off the tag team division. That's what my assumption is. I'm very intrigued now what the Usos are going to do. But I know it's been 2 years since they tag teamed together, like properly when they were the world champions. Yeah. They just seem off to me right now.
They've become individuals, so like to see them as a team again is like it's like they got to get back in their groove. Once again, not a lot of house shows throughout the year for them to like, get back.
They don't look like the Usos that we grew up watching.
They also look like different people now. Like there was a time the difference between them. Remember?
Jimmy's put on some pounds. Jay's put on some weight.
They look completely different before. Like there was a point when they were doing like the army war dance and their entrance and stuff. Back in those days, I actually couldn't tell the difference. Now, if I go back, I probably can, but then I couldn't. It wasn't so penitentiary that I could actually tell the difference.
These guys are pretty much
keeping his hair long.
They're just street profits on roids. That's what they've become.
Roids? Yeah. They're on roids?
Well, street profits on roids. You know what I mean? But that's what the street profits would be. Like I like
headlines would be like Wrestling Classic co-host says the Usos on steroids.
No, they're not on
checking
steroids.
Sources.
And next time they see me, they start, bitching me out. Yeah. But no, I mean the last Usos were like street life, right? Like they were thugs. Yeah. So these Usos are more entertainment, like like what Street Profits are. They literally remind me of the Street Profits.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match.
It was a good match, though. It was a good match.
I thought that AJ Lee and AJ Lee. That's what the tag team name should be called. I thought that AJ Styles and Dragon Lee had a glass ceiling. Like it really didn't serve any purpose other than I don't even know what purpose it served, but it was like
it was a fun tag team though.
Yeah, it was a cool thing to happen. It was like, oh, AJ and Dragon Lee won the tag.
But unfortunately, now AJ Lee, Dragon Lee. What do you do? What do you do with the guy now?
That's what I was about to say. Is I think AJ will be fine. They've been teasing stuff with Gunther. They've been just AJ will find a place. AJ can disappear for a couple of months and show up, and people will still be excited. I'm concerned about Dragon Lee. To your point, where does Dragon does he keep tag teaming with AJ for like a couple of months? Like he's another one of the, and it happens a lot with and it's crazy that we had Karissa just on the show because like it's happened a lot with the Latino wrestlers where they come in with a lot of hype. There's a lot of like stuff behind them. But then they get lost in the shuffle. Ray Phoenix, Penta, Dragon Lee. Like Dragon Lee was supposed to be the next big thing, and then you brought in Penta and Ray Phoenix and
Jalisco.
No, then you brought in Penta and Penta.
El Dorado.
Then you brought in Ray Phoenix, and Ray Phoenix was a big deal. they're always trying to find the next like Rey Mysterio, but then Rey Mysterio is still here. So it's like,
Yeah, it's hard to find the next trailer.
so it's like I don't like how do we? They tried to make Kalisto that back in the day. You're not wrong. They did.
They're all in the same category to me.
They tried to make
Eldorado,
Andrade a big deal.
Kalisto.
They tried to make Escobar a big deal. It's just they have a hard time booking.
Is Escobar still signed with WWE?
I believe so. I can't
Okay.
confirm. I think so.
Yeah, he
But
hasn't
you gotta
done
try to
that.
say like they always come in as like a big deal. They have a little bit of success on NXT if they go there. Then they come to the main roster. We had a situation for a point where you were either in the LWO or you were in Legado del Fantasma, but now it's like, how do you book Dragon Lee? Does he get involved with the Vision?
Wasn't Dragon Lee a U.S. champion? Was he? Or did he fight for that?
I think he.
Or am I confusing it for Kalisto? Probably
So
Kalisto.
Kalisto was a
U.S.
U.S. champion. For
champion.
sure.
Yeah. So Dragon
I
Lee,
don't know if that Dragon Lee's won a singles title like that.
maybe not. Yeah, it's hard now. Like, yeah, his independent run without him being in a tag team. I don't know what you do for the guy. Does he join
Like
American,
Ray,
Americano,
AJ
El
will be
Grande,
fine.
whatever?
Yeah, well, did he already feud him? I don't know. Like, does he start teaming with Javon now or something?
I guess, yeah,
Okay,
maybe.
AJ will be fine. I'm just more concerned about Dragon Lee in this entire situation. The Usos will be fine, and AJ will be fine. What happens with Dragon Lee? How do you book him from here going forward?
And I like Dragon Lee.
I'm happy the Usos are tag champions again. It's cool. 9th-time World Tag Team Champions. The New Day is probably going to come after them again.
Yeah.
We'll do that for a minute.
Because the one thing in the tag team, it really showed off like Dragon Lee's skill, like what he's capable of doing, and like how good of a wrestler he is. But now that the big name is gone, same thing with the Nikki Bella issue now. Who can he beat? Like, what's believable? The Miz? I don't know. Our Truth? Yeah,
Yeah.
like again,
I mean, Dragon Lee could beat Dom for the Intercontinental title, but like Dom's hurt, and also like, do you want Dom to lose the belt again? I don't know.
No, I don't want Dragon Lee beating Finn Balor. I love Finn. I think Finn should be a world champion. I still stand by that. I think he should get that title run. Like who's Dragon Lee gonna beat?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see what I win here, because this is usually like you win a bit more here.
Okay.
But yeah, that was Monday Night Raw. That's my biggest concern at the end of it was, okay, so what happens to Dragon Lee? Not that I'm not even the biggest Dragon Lee fan, but it's just like what happens to him.
Yeah, people are
This was the
excited
best
for
thing-
the
this was
Usos.
the
You're going
best
to
thing for
sleep.
him.
You know, just like, oh man, what's gonna happen to my boy Dragon Lee?
Yeah, like man. Like, shout out to the Usos, but okay, 75, 1, 3, 4, 525.
All right. We're leaving up, which is nice.
Now my printer's making sounds. Yeah, well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed today's episode of Bell to Bell. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed our interview with Karissa Rivera. Make sure you guys follow her and check her out on the Independents. And join us on it's Friday again this week because New Year's. So
Well, you guys aren't going to
you
see
on
me till
Friday.
New Year's either.
Yeah, they won't see you till 2026. I don't know. I'll have to confirm, but I'm just gonna double check. But I think starting next week we start at our later time, 4 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, to hopefully have more of you be able to join us and hang out. So starting next Tuesday and Thursday, we'll be starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. That way, when in the evening you guys can eat your dinner, have your supper, whatever you're doing, doing your homework, you can join us. You can chat. But this Friday is the next Bell to Bell. It's me, Tara Zepp, regular time in the morning. And I think that's it. Anything else you want to add? Make sure you guys download Jackpot City, the app, or go on jackpotcitycasino.com and play online. Follow Rain City Toys, follow the Wrestling Classic. 63,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you.
104,000 followers on Facebook. We're up 746 followers, but Instagram's weird. They'll probably drop again on Instagram.
746,000, not 746. I think you said.
We only have 746 followers, dude. The rest of them are all knuckly. But we'll keep doing the thing, and we'll see you guys all next time. And hope you guys enjoyed the interview, and hopefully there's some more coming down the road.
Yeah, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And happy holidays. Happy New Year. Keep doing the thing. You dig? Bye. All right, see ya.